Back.
Hey!
Hi.
Welcome back to the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. I'm Ava Gaudet, here on Go Local Live, and this beautiful vision you see is Miss Jaqueline DiMera. She is going to be hosting this weekend at PrideFest, and I'm so happy to have you here today. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm so excited to be here. This is awesome.
You look absolutely stunning.
Just a simple face. I just came from my PTA meeting.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, very simple look.
I feel very underdressed at the moment. Well, the fabulousness level in the studio just went up by 1,000%, so we appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so, okay, this weekend, there's so many different events going on. You're going to be doing, it says you're going to be hosting Drag Block B.
Yes,
So
that's the technical term.
That's the technical term.
Yes.
There's more than one.
Yes, so throughout the day we have various different entertainments happening on the main stage over at the Pride Festival on South Water Street. And so I will be coming in around 5 o'clock, and there will be a segment of local drag queens that will be performing, and I will be the MC along with Lulu Locks from like the 5 o'clock hour to the very end of the festival.
Fantastic.
So, and then we boot scoop boogie over to the parade route, and the parade gets underway in beautiful downtown Providence.
Awesome. Will you be performing or just hosting on this one?
I'm just going to be hosting.
Okay.
I will actually be bartending prior to that over at the Beer and Spirits tent, along with Chelsea Jones and Ladiva Jones. We'll be there from 11 a.m. to about 4, right before the rally, and then
Okay.
I'm going to do a quick Superwoman change, and then I'll be on stage hosting.
Awesome. Yeah, go in your little phone booth.
Yep, little phone book, you know.
Get ready. Yeah.
Right in somebody's pocket. That's that's how I do it.
Awesome. This is going to be so much fun. So, I have so many questions for you.
All right.
So, your real name is Anthony DeRose.
Yes.
You became Jaqueline about 10 years ago.
Yes, it'll be 10 years this August, actually.
So, tell us about how Jaqueline DiMera sort of birthed. How did this persona kind of come to life?
Jaqueline DiMera birthed by
You like that?
I birthed.
Yeah.
There was some wide hips. She was birthed out of a dare. I was talking to some friends of mine, and I was like, one day I'm going to do drag, and they're like, well, why don't you do it right now? And I said, all right, sure. And I called up my good friend Ginger Ale, and I said, I need you to put me in drag. And she's like, what? And she said, yep, I need you to put me in drag. And I'm like, okay, come on over. Gave me a list of things. We went to the store, picked up a few things, and before I knew it, I had a wig, jewels, dress on, and sent on my way to my first show.
Amazing.
So, and I have never turned back, and I don't think I could at this point.
Never.
So,
you should never.
No.
I was going to say, did you get like some guidance as far as like how do you do the makeup? There's a lot of women out there who don't know how to apply makeup. Never mind, your contour game is on point. By the way, amazing. But is there like, did you sort of learn on the fly? Did your friend help you sort of learn the ropes?
So the
how to
first,
do all that stuff?
the first couple of times they would paint me, and then after a while I was like, okay, do it yourself. And then
You gotta learn.
And then you've got to learn. You got to jump into the pool, and it's art. Drag is an art, so you're always learning. You're always experimenting different looks. And I've always heard that if you know someone that says, I know everything that is about anything in the world, then you might as well retire from what you're doing because you've got nothing else to learn. And so drag is always ever learning and ever changing, and so it's a lot of playing around until you find a look that's comfortable for you, that matches who you want to be. Some people, can do like Lady Gaga or Pink or whatever their favorite artist is, and I'm like, well, I'm not Lady Gaga. Look, not Lady Gaga. But I do something that's the character that I like. She's big, she's bawdy, she's old Broadway, and that's who I am. So
I love it. So again, so many questions. So did you, as Anthony, have like were you like a theater kid, or did your performance self kind of come out after you decided to do?
No, I was a theater kid.
Okay, cool.
When I was in Durfee High School in Fall River, I had amazing theater teachers, Jan and Gary Bigelow, who were my theater teachers, and I fell in love with the musical theater. You got to be somebody else for 2.5 hours and forget the world. And you got to play so many wonderful characters, and it became part of that, and you just loved it. And And so this is kind of an extension of that. It's almost like another character, like taking the stage every night in a different character with a new show, and you know,
Right.
and you never know what's going to happen. That's the best part.
Live theater.
Live theater.
That's
You
right.
might have an earring that or a wig that falls off, or you know, a fake boob. Can we say fake boob? Are we allowed
we
to say
can
fake
say
boob?
fake boob on the
Fake
internet.
boob may
Yeah.
pop out. It happens to real people, and it happens to drag queens as well.
Yes. Oh, the trials and tribulations.
Oh, that's why I have a whole dress on, just to
Just
make
in case.
I didn't want a nip slip happen on Go Local Proud. We
That
can't.
would be amazing.
We can't afford a lawsuit right now. No.
Good point. So when you're getting ready, your physical transformation obviously takes a while to do the makeup and the hair.
Sure.
Is there anything that you're doing to get yourself in character as well, or is that transition all happening at once? Like, how does that?
I love listening to music, and that's just kind of my thing. I'll just put on my little Bluetooth speaker and hit shuffle and let it play, and just listen to my playlist. Or sometimes, like, if I'm trying to think of some material, whatnot, I'll look for like comedy bits, and I'm like, okay, what can I, something that will kind of inspire me. Sometimes like old SNL clips from the week before, and trying to think of like, okay, what kind of joke can I tell today? Like today, I was listening to the new cast recording of Hello Dolly, which I'm in love with. With Bette Midler, my idol.
Yes.
And so, and that gets you in a mood to like, it makes you feel good. And I think music just has that tremendous power.
For
to
sure.
make you put you in a good mood.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Oh, so okay, you're like a multiple pageant title holder. Miss Gay Rhode Island 2008, you won one recently. Tell me a little bit I've never been to a drag pageant. I feel like I'm missing out. What does it entail? Are there like performance aspects to it? How does it work?
Sure. So, I was Miss Gay Rhode Island 2008, which is part of our annual Triple Crown pageant. And right now, Miss Visa Decline is our current Miss Gay Rhode Island. And the pageant consists of a private interview, talent, evening wear. We used to have an onstage question when I did it, so that was part of it. Luckily, there was no swimsuit, so I probably would have lost. It's like Shelley Winters in the Poseidon Adventure. But it's a great opportunity, and that pageant. Not only do we get Miss Gay Rhode Island, but we also Mr. Gay Rhode Island, Miss Lesbian, and then this year we also have an MX Bisexual Rhode Island. All of them will be featured at the Pride Festival. And then about 2 years ago, I did my very first prelim for a national pageant, and I was Miss Gay Rhode Island US of A newcomer. Went to Dallas, Texas, and competed for Miss Gay US of A newcomer. I competed again in Kentucky this past February, so now I'm Miss Gay Kentucky US of A newcomer, and going back to Dallas in August to compete for Miss Gay US of A newcomer.
Amazing.
So it's something else.
Congratulations
You get to
on all
compete
that.
with girls from across the country. I think this year there's 52 amazing performers and girls from across the country, and it's such an experience. And just to see drag in other places and see how they interact, and you learn a lot. It's a great learning experience.
Everyone has their own style, and I imagine you kind of get used to your own community, here in Rhode Island. So it might be really cool to kind of see everyone else's sort of thing that they do.
It's nice to take it and put it somewhere else where they don't expect it, because you don't know how it's going to work. So oh, that's funny, and then you could completely bomb somewhere else, and like, all right, maybe I got to retool things. So, but it's a wonderful experience.
So what's cool about this, though, you use this persona to help give back to your community.
Sure.
So you're a member of the Imperial Court Rhode Island, an Empress of the Court.
A former Empress of the Imperial Court of Rhode Island, yes.
So this is like a group, they do fundraising for different organizations. Tell me about this. This is really cool. I didn't know anything about this. I'm learning so much.
So the Imperial Court of Rhode Island is based on the International Court System, which celebrated its 50th anniversary last year. It is the nation's oldest LGBT nonprofit organization, and it's based on a parody of the monarchy. So, emperors and empresses are usually the heads of the figureheads of the organization, and we are currently in United States, Canada, and Mexico with over 72 chapters, and our main purpose really is to raise money and perform noble deeds to the other members of our community in which we live in. And so the Rhode Island chapter has been in existence. We just celebrated 25 years this past April at our annual coronation. And we are very excited to still be around after 25 years. It is a very tough and ever-changing communities and economy. And so we're glad that we're still here. This year, for the very first time, we have 2 empresses. We've never had that.
Wow.
So we have Empress 25 Ginger Ale, who's my drag mother, and Empress 25 Roxy Van Cartier. And the 2 of them working together along with the rest of the general membership to perform wonderful deeds and raise money for other nonprofits in our community. And not only just the LGBT community, but also the community in general. We've raised money for women and infants, for Hasbro, the Province Journal Summertime Fund. So we've done a little bit of everything.
Awesome.
So,
Yeah.
and it was the whole court system was founded by Jose Saria, who was a World War II veteran and the very first openly gay person to ever run for public office. And he ran for the office that years later Harvey Milk would then become, which was supervisor in San Francisco. So Jose Saria started that, was a drag performer at the Black Cat, wonderful part of LGBT history. And anybody who saw the ABC series When We Rise, the first 2 episodes, there was a character of someone portrayed Mama Jose. So many of us who got to know Jose, it was really great to see her get her long time due. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So very exciting.
That is so cool. And that's not the only thing that you're doing.
No.
You're also a chairman of the LGBT Caucus.
I am.
This is amazing.
I am this is my 5th year as chairman of the Rhode Island Democratic Party's LGBTQ Caucus. And so, sort of the head gay in Rhode Island Democratic politics.
Amazing.
And I work with all of our Democratic candidates in making sure that LGBT issues are discussed and focused, and make sure that I can do my part to help them where they need to be a little bit educated. Not everybody knows that. So it's a great way to make sure, especially with everything that's going on now with our current administration, it's so important. So I'm working even more.
Yes,
Harder more than ever. So.
I was going to say, is there any one specific thing that you're working on right now, or is it kind of a general?
I think right now,
it's
a general building our benches back up.
Right.
But I know that right now we're really focused not only here in Rhode Island but also across the country in 2018. With the midterm elections.
Yeah.
We also have some local state races happening that are currently shaping up right now. So that's going to be our focus. We want to rebuild our benches. We want to get people involved, get them engaged. We want to hear from them to find out what we need to do to make sure that we're listening and hearing their voices, and then make sure that in 2 years that we get people to the ballot box and use that wonderful gift of the vote to change things and really, get our country back on track.
Amen.
Amen.
So you participated in something that Google is going to be doing for Pride. This kind of blew my mind. Google contacted you, and you did it. Tell us about this, because I don't know enough about it to.
So I received an email from Google saying that they are coming to Rhode Island this weekend as part of the Pride weekend, and they, in the past couple of years, have done a Pride Everywhere campaign, which is that they will go to different prides across the country and across the world with 360-degree cameras and record. And then you can go to the link and you can literally take your phone and watch it. And as you move your phone, you will be moving the camera of however it's positioned, and you'll be able to get to see prides happening. You can see what's happening in Singapore, in Sydney, in Stockholm, in LA, in Boise, Idaho. But they're coming to Rhode Island Pride this weekend, and we'll be doing the same thing. They have been interviewing some people. They asked me to be a part of it. I was excited. I did a phone interview with them, and then we'll do another interview on Saturday during the festival.
That is so cool. So literally wherever you are right now, you can be a part of your show on Saturday or anyone else's anywhere in the world. It's literally like the entire world can see the Pride festivities going on.
It's virtual prides, and which is great because sometimes people think, oh well, it's just this. It's just it's not. You see like these wonderful different cultures from across the globe celebrating diversity and inclusiveness and being who they are. And it's such an amazing feeling to see all these different cultures really come together in that one moment, and just kind of, again, it just getting to experience that, it's a wonderful feeling. It's a very wonderful feeling.
That is amazing.
You know, and especially in an environment of sometimes hostility and just uncertainty across the globe.
Yeah.
Seeing that kind of restores a little bit in you, and know that tomorrow's going to be a better day, and we all have to do our part to continue to make it a good day. So I think that's really awesome.
Well, on that note, thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely.
You're amazing. We have to take a picture. I'm going to have to stand on this thing in order
Sure.
to get myself in the same shot as you. Here we go.
All right, here we go.